It's time for the Nate Hawkins Show. Learn all about Heritage Hills basketball straight from the coach. The Nate Hawkins Show, exclusively on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hello and welcome to the Nate Hawkins Show. Coach, last week you took on Southridge at Southridge, and then you played at home against Castle, and two very exciting games. I want you to recap those games for us.
Yeah, Joe, thanks for having me on again. Yeah, it was a very exciting weekend, and, just two games that I think just helped our basketball team just get a little bit better, which is what we want. And the Southridge game really came out of the gate and played really well, I thought, at first. And, Southridge, like all good teams, they sat there, they battled, they made some shots, and they had a really good second quarter and ended up we were down 7 at the half. I thought the second half was about as good of a defensive half as we've had, for a long time. We were able to didn't really get a whole lot of turnovers, but we really forced them into some tough shots. I did get a couple turnovers where we were able to get out and get some runouts and got right back into the thing there in that third quarter. It was really good. Going into the fourth quarter, down 3, our kids just continued to battle. Trent hit a couple huge free throws right there at the end of regulation. And then our defense stood up there that last possession and got a stop and got us into that overtime session. And then as the overtime got there, it was back and forth. We're starting to get really used to overtime sessions, Joe. But this was our, let's see here, would have been our third overtime game, if I'm right.
I think so, yeah.
Double overtime against Owensboro, triple overtime at Pike, and then this one here at Southridge. But I thought, back and forth, we get the basketball at the end there. 18 seconds, get a timeout. We drew up what we wanted, tried to run something for Trent. We knew that they were going to try to obviously try to keep the ball out of his hands, which obviously freed up some things for our guards. Hunter Meredith made a great read on it, realizing that they were all going to him, and he takes a dribble and gets in the lane, shoots a little floater off the back of the rim and drops in with less than a second to go, and then we make a big defensive stop to get out of there with a win. And just a great atmosphere, great, just had a lot of sectional feel to it, over in that gym, obviously where our sectional is that Blaine played at this year. Just really proud of our kids for hanging in there, and I think we really won it with our defense and our execution down the stretch. And so we get the really good win there in conference and on the road on Friday night, and then we turn around and we play a really good Castle team on Saturday night at our place, and we knew it was going to be a challenge. Thought that we played pretty well. I was really happy with the way that we shot the ball. Trent was really good again in both games. Kind of put us on his back a little bit. And and we were able to have a 2-point lead going into the half there in that Castle game. And, rebounding was going to be an issue, was going to be a challenge for us. They're very big along the front line, 6'9", 6'8", a couple 6'5", 6'7" coming in off the bench. I mean, they were just, we were giving up some size there. But I thought our guys battled. We had a few more turnovers than what I would like. I mean, that's an issue that's got to get better. I mean, it is getting better. We just got to keep at it. And we knew rebounding was a challenge. I mean, those two areas hurt us in that game. But outside of those, I felt like we were really good, and we're really good all weekend. In a lot of the areas that we had struggled leading up to that point. So, what can I say? I think we're getting better. I think we're heading in the right direction. We're still not where I'd like us to be at, which is a good thing because we just want to keep getting better here and get ready for that tournament in March.
And, listening to the game Friday night, listening to the quality call of Kurt Guxell and John Schneider was fantastic. And led to excitement, but there's also a lot of nostalgia. I heard the name Tooley, Eulor, Whitehead, Thacker, Frere, Litton, Sisley, Hope, Becker. It's a lot of reminiscing going on there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. There's a lot of familiar names, and especially when that have already played in that gym. So, it was really it was really cool, really neat atmosphere. I was really glad that, our kids hung in there and that we were able to find a way to win. And that's what it's like. That's how it is in March. And you've got to be able to, sometimes grind them out and find ways to win. And I tell you what, that's what our guys did. I thought, Trent, of course, was really good, but Marcus Becker really stepped up and hit some big time shots this weekend for us, and that's what we need. I mean, he had 4 threes Friday night, 4 threes on Saturday night. He's really coming into himself here and shooting the basketball really well right now, and so that's very encouraging to see. And then just everybody that just stepped up. I mean, Hunter Meredith, what can I say? I mean, makes a big play in that game to help us secure that win. So, great weekend. I mean, great learning weekend too. And obviously we won the PAC game on Friday night, but a great learning weekend. And now it's on to the next. And, so we're going to keep working, and, we look forward to getting better this week. And we know that this weekend's going to present some new challenges, and we're looking forward to that.
And we're back on the Nate Hawkins Show. Right? This is for our sponsors. You're listening to Southwest Media Sports Network, powered by Mode Roseberry Communications.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and...
At MAD, we believe in zero. 0 fathers who aren't there for bedtime. 0 mothers who miss the first day of school. 0 children who never come home. We believe in 0 victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to 0. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in 0.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And we're joined by Heritage Hills girls basketball coach Kim Brown. Kim, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks.
You know, you're the head coach now, but you know you had to start somewhere. Give us a little synopsis on your coaching career.
Boy, that's a long way back. I started as a student assistant after I played basketball at Anderson University. And then I had one season as a student assistant there. Then I came home and I volunteered and helped Coach Yoakum here at Heritage Hills for 1 year. And then I got hired on as a middle school coach. And a couple of years later, I did a little freshman job. And then I did JV for several years. And back in 2011, I believe, I took over the varsity.
Okay. And, you know, you guys sit 13-8 on the season. Why don't you recap the season for us?
It's been a little bit up and down. You know, we started out pretty positive with a big win over Crawford County. We held on to a win. We had a really large lead and ended up being a nail-biter toward the end, so we were happy to start off the season with a win. We had a big hit in our Jasper game when we lost Hadley Libering to an ACL injury, and, you know, after a big loss like that from a key player such as we had hopes for Hadley being, we had to revamp a little bit. The team became much smaller in size, even though Hadley's not a tall girl. She is an inside player, and it made us revamp some of our thoughts on how we were going to defend all season. You know, November went pretty well. I think we only had one loss in November. And then December came, and the flu bug hit us, and it took us 2.5-3 weeks for that flu to run through our entire team. We ended up having to cancel a couple JV games even because we were so short on numbers. So December was trial by fire for sure. You know, we got a couple wins in December, but it was kind of win, loss, back and forth that whole month, just trying to get healthy. And then I feel like January has been pretty positive for us. We took a loss against South Spencer, but we got 3 wins in 1 week. You know, just last night we played a barn burner with Mater Dei and ended up on the short end of the stick in overtime, but the girls played well, at least last night. So hopefully it was a good tune-up for the sectional.
And then Thursday night you'll be playing Princeton in senior night at 7 o'clock at Heritage Hills.
Yes, sir.
And then, you know, who are some of the key players on your team?
We have to start off with probably Olivia Cisnera. We call her Livy. She's our go-to when we need a basket-type girl. She's just she almost plays unconsciously. It doesn't matter the situation. If you know things are going well, she's going hard. If they're going bad, she's going hard. So she's led us by example this year. Jenna McDowell, steady. You wouldn't look at her and think she's a basketball player, but she does what we need on defense, and she's good for a basket here and there, and she does a great job. Riley Shipp is a junior, and I think most people know her because she had such a good season last year. I think she's averaging 8 or 9 points a game, and she can get a basket anytime we want to. We got some younger kids. Macy Litherland is a defensive menace, and she kind of runs the show for us. She's our point guard, tells everybody what to do. And then last but not least is my 5 spot has been rotated between Carly Still, who's battled a little bit of sickness bug, so she's missed a few games, and Liz Gogol is another sophomore who's taken her spot here and there, and Liz has been real good for us on defense, and she's been throwing in some points here and there too.
And last Sunday was the sectional draw, and you'll be playing in the 6-team sectional 31 at Princeton. What did you think about the draw?
Well, I'll tell you what. We got a long road to hoe. Southridge is good, and if we beat them, we got Vincennes, and then if we beat them, you got the other side of the bracket, and you'd have to think. I think everybody would expect Washington to come out of that end. So yeah, we got our work cut out for us, but you know, one game at a time. So we'll get ready for Southridge and see what we can do.
Well, Coach, good luck in the sectional.
I appreciate it.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Basketball Sports Communications. We'll be back right after these messages for our sponsors.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Nate Hawkins Show. And Coach, this week you travel to Evansville Mater Dei, and then you get to play at home against South Spencer in the Battle of Spencer County on Saturday night. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah, I think it's going to be another exciting, challenging weekend, Joe, as we had talked about. But we head to the road to play a very good Evansville Mater Dei team. They one of the best shooting teams that I can think. I mean, just watching them. I mean, they are a very streaky team when they shoot them. I mean, they're as good as anybody. So we're going to have to be very attentive to scouting reports, understanding that we've got to be there on the catch because their guards, like I said, all their guards can shoot it. They've got a really good big guy inside that's 6'5", who could score the basketball, but he can also play out on the perimeter as well. So they start four seniors. Got one junior, very veteran group. All of them played against us last year. They continue to get better. I think it's going to be a challenge. It always is down there. So we're going to have to be really locked into scouting report and try to take away some of the things that they do. And then we'll turn then to our attention then on Saturday night. We get back home and we've got a very good South Spencer team coming in. I think they're 14-1. If I'm correct on that.
Yeah.
They good guards, all of them older kids. They've got a kid inside that's a very good athlete, plays really hard. It's just a very, very solid bunch. I think they are pretty confident, and very similar to that Mater Dei team, and really, so, it's almost like we're seeing carbon copies really Friday and Saturday night. So same thing. I think our kids are going to have to be tuned into scouting report and understand what we want to do to try to attack them and what to take away from them. But we look forward to the opportunity to play these two really good teams this weekend because we do feel like that if we come out, we play well, execute our stuff, and continue to prove on the defensive and rebounding areas that need to get better, that we put ourselves in position to hopefully be able to go try and get 2 wins this weekend.
And not only do you get a lock down the crown of South Spencer County, also you could also put yourself in tied for first place in the PAC.
Yeah, and I mean it's our one PAC game this weekend, and I think right now we've got the one loss. South Spencer doesn't have any right now, and it is. I mean, this conference is tough, night in and night out. You got to find, just like we did at Southridge, you got to find ways to win them. And if we can do that, if we can win that, then obviously, boom, we're right back there in first place in that in the conference. So, I mean, it is important, but what also is very important is that our kids are in tune, the attention to detail, they're understanding scatter reports. We're kind of growing up a little bit, Joe, to be honest with you. I mean, we're a young basketball team. We're growing up, and you know, right in front of all of us. I mean, we're just watching these kids just mature, get better, understand what it's all about, and they're really playing for one another, and that's what's really encouraging, and that's what we wanted to see. But it's also going to be important for us when we get off the bus at Evansville on Friday night to, I mean, obviously we got to take care of our business, and I always have this thing that we always talk about. It's one game at a time, and you know, right now that's what we're going to focus on. And then when we get done with that, then we move on to the next game. But what an exciting weekend for our kids. And you know, I'd also like to mention on Saturday night, Joe, at our South Spencer game, our home game, we're going to also recognize the 2003 regional finalist team, which you know is really exciting. So we've got a bunch of those guys coming back. We're going to introduce them and celebrate them as well for the accomplishments that they made and the impact they had on this basketball program as well. So it should be a really fun night, and we're really looking forward to it.
Well, Coach, good luck this weekend and go get 2 victories.
I appreciate that, Joe. And as always, thanks for having me on, and we look forward to talking to you again next week.
And you've been listening to the Nate Hawkins Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Billy Brussford Communications. We'll talk to you next week.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.